a whole bunch of silver darting objects, and they are round. And he says they're doing the strangest thing. They're going like to this peak in a group, to this peak in a group, to this peak in a group, and then they'd all take off.
The skies have been putting on a show this year, and it's unlike anything we've seen before. From strange lights to crafts that move like they're rewriting the rules of physics, UFO sightings in 2024 are breaking records and leaving us with more questions than answers. Conspiracies point to a US-related operation, but who knows what the truth is, right? But this isn't happening in distant, isolated places. They're taking center stage in bustling cities, right before our eyes. Starting off, what happened in Tehran will shock you. Terrifying sightings that shocked the world. Ah, Tehran, the heart of Iran. It's a stunning city, isn't it? Well, locals were treated to an eerie spectacle that seemed ripped straight from a sci-fi thriller just a few days ago. And no one had expected this. A pulsating green light swept across the city's skyline, its glow casting an otherworldly hue on the buildings below. Witnesses described an unidentifiable hum accompanying the light, as though the air itself was vibrating. Videos captured from multiple angles show a luminous object defying gravity, moving in ways no known aircraft could replicate. Speculations range from advanced military drones to alien technology, but whatever it was, it left a lasting impression. Next, we have Brazil. The evidence? A metallic, stingray-shaped craft silently hovering over a busy street in broad daylight. Its gleaming surface reflected sunlight in a way that made it impossible to ignore. A few hours later, a similar craft was spotted in Miami, leading many to speculate whether these UFOs were coordinating their appearances. Coincidence? Maybe, but it's hard to shake the feeling that something bigger is at play. Meanwhile, in India, an ordinary evening turned extraordinary when a man filmed a blinding light cutting through the night sky. As the light danced across the heavens, it suddenly split into two distinct, glowing objects. What made this event even stranger was the man's whispered mention of Project Bluebeam, a theory suggesting that advanced holographic technology could be used to simulate alien encounters. Was this a peek into a high-tech experiment, or were we witnessing something far more otherworldly? The footage, now viral, has ignited heated debates online, with no clear answers in sight. Even Russia wasn't spared from the strangeness. Two teenagers filming a thunderstorm captured something utterly unexplainable. A fiery streak tearing through the clouds, illuminating the stormy sky in a way no natural lightning ever could. The shaky footage shows a glowing object cutting through the storm, leaving experts baffled. Was it a natural atmospheric anomaly, or did the teens accidentally document something extraordinary? Whatever the case, it's clear that these skies aren't playing by the rules. What makes these sightings so compelling isn't just the vividness of the accounts, it's the consistency. Different places, different people, but the same underlying sense of awe and confusion. The UFOs themselves come in all shapes and sizes, from sleek metallic crafts to inexplicable lights. Yet they all share one thing in common. They defy our understanding of what's possible. As we piece together these accounts, a chilling pattern emerges. Are these just random sightings, or is there a deeper meaning behind their timing and locations? The truth might be scarier than any of us can imagine. Revealing the hidden truths about UFOs. There's something undeniably captivating about the idea of UFOs. They sit right on the edge of imagination and reality, teasing us with glimpses of a world or worlds that we can barely comprehend. For years, UFO sightings have been dismissed as nothing more than optical illusions, weather phenomena, or at best, secret government projects. But 2024 has turned that narrative on its head. This year, UFO sightings have been more vivid, more frequent, and frankly, harder to ignore. It's as though the skies have decided to drop their veil, daring humanity to confront what's really out there. One of the most fascinating developments in this year's sightings is how crystal clear the evidence has become. Forget bad quality pictures and blurry camera footage. Today's UFO encounters are being documented with startling clarity. In Africa, an isolated region in Namibia became the epicenter of another strange encounter. Farmers stumbled upon a perfectly spherical metallic object embedded in the earth. Its surface was smooth and seamless, unlike anything they had seen before. Attempts to analyze its composition revealed materials that didn't align with conventional manufacturing processes. Was this some kind of advanced satellite? Or perhaps a piece of technology that fell from the skies during one of these unexplained events? The find has left scientists scratching their heads, and the object itself has become an enduring symbol of the mysteries above. The sophistication of these sightings also seems to be evolving. Gone are the days when a UFO sighting could be brushed off as a misidentified weather balloon. Today's encounters involve objects that display remarkable intelligence, or at least design. Witnesses describe crafts that change direction instantly, lights that flicker in complex patterns, and objects that seem to disappear into thin air. What's especially interesting is the global spread of these incidents. They aren't confined to any one country or region, which makes the phenomenon feel less like a localized curiosity and more like a shared experience. Whether it's metallic crafts in broad daylight, eerie lights at night, or strange objects emerging from beneath the ocean, the sightings keep piling up. Each one adds a new layer of intrigue, making it harder to dismiss them as mere coincidence. Now, what if we told you that UFOs don't just fly around in the bright blue sky? Is this technology getting so advanced? Unimaginable encounters above and below. While UFOs are most often associated with the sky, 2024 has proven that they don't limit themselves to just one realm. Some of the most mind-bending encounters this year have come not from above, but from the mysterious depths of the ocean. These unidentified submerged objects, or USOs, add a whole new dimension to the already perplexing phenomenon, suggesting that whatever is out there might also be down here. One of the most talked about incidents occurred off the coast of Mexico. Fishermen, accustomed to the usual sights of the sea, found themselves staring at an unearthly glow emanating from beneath the waves. The light was so bright that it illuminated the water for several meters around their boat, casting an otherworldly sheen on everything it touched. The fishermen described how the light moved fluidly, almost as if it were alive, before vanishing into the depths. While some speculated that it could be a new type of advanced submarine, others were less convinced. After all, what human technology could produce such a display and then disappear without a trace? A similar event took place near Puerto Rico, where a group of divers reported an encounter that left them shaken. While exploring a coral reef, they noticed a pulsating light growing brighter and brighter from the ocean floor. The light rose slowly, its intensity increasing until it broke the surface and shot into the sky. The divers were left stunned, their equipment unable to capture the event, but their accounts weirdly consistent. And then there are the airborne encounters that almost feel too surreal to believe. Over the Pacific Ocean, commercial pilots have started reporting UFO sightings with alarming regularity. In one instance, a series of glowing orbs appeared alongside a passenger aircraft, aligning perfectly with its trajectory. Despite the proximity, air traffic control had no record of any objects in the area, leaving the crew and passengers in a state of stunned confusion. The orbs seemed to hover momentarily before accelerating away at speeds no known aircraft could achieve. Such incidents highlight a troubling trend. These objects aren't just being seen, they're entering controlled airspaces with impunity. One particularly chilling account comes from Japan, where a cruise ship's passengers witnessed something that defied all logic. An illuminated object emerged from the water, rising steadily before vanishing into the sky. Radar data from the ship confirmed the presence of an unidentifiable object, but its seamless transition from underwater to airborne has left experts grappling for explanations. Whatever these crafts are, they seem to operate with a level of technology far beyond anything we currently understand. The patterns in these sightings are hard to ignore. Specific regions such as coastal Asia, the American Midwest, and the Russian tundra have become hotspots for unexplained activity. These areas are seeing repeated incidents, as though they're being monitored, or perhaps even targeted. The implications are as vast as they are unsettling. Are these UFOs, whether airborne or submerged, surveying us, or is there something unique about these locations that draws them in? Adding to the mystery is the apparent awareness displayed by these objects. Many witnesses report feeling as though they were being observed, their movements mirrored or anticipated by the UFOs. This sense of interaction, whether intentional or coincidental, adds a deeply personal element to these encounters. It's one thing to see a strange light in the sky, it's another to feel like that light is watching you back. But here's the real question. What happens when you're the one standing under the unexplainable? How do you process something that challenges everything you think you know? When you face the unexplainable in the sky,
I live in New Jersey. These drones are on top of my house every single night, and here's why. I really think they're aliens.
you're outside, maybe taking a stroll or gazing at the stars, when suddenly there it is. A glowing, fast-moving object streaks across the sky or hovers eerily above, defying all logic. Your pulse quickens, your heart races, and your brain scrambles to make sense of what you're seeing. Is it a plane, a drone, a trick of the light? Or is it something that science hasn't yet accounted for? A UFO. If you ever find yourself in such a moment, knowing how to react can make all the difference. The first rule is simple: don't panic. Sure, easier said than done when you're staring at something that could rewrite everything we know about the universe. But panicking doesn't help you process what's happening. It clouds your judgment and makes it harder to observe. Instead, take a deep breath and focus on the details. What does the object look like? Is it glowing? Metallic? How does it move? Is it darting around unpredictably or holding a steady position? These are the questions you'll want to answer, not just for yourself, but for anyone who might analyze your sighting later. And yes, documentation is key. In today's world, your smartphone is your best friend in moments like these. Start recording, but don't zoom in too much. Capturing nearby landmarks or the surrounding environment will help provide context and scale. If the object disappears before you can grab your phone, don't despair. A detailed description written down immediately after the sighting can be just as valuable. Include everything you noticed, from the color and shape to the direction it was heading. But what if the sighting leaves behind something physical? Burn marks, odd substances, or a disturbance in the environment? The temptation to investigate might be overwhelming, but it's best to leave the area untouched. Why? Because any interference could disrupt crucial evidence. Think of yourself as an observer, not an investigator. Step back, document from a safe distance, and let experts handle the rest. Encounters like these are even better shared. If you're not alone, ask others nearby what they're seeing, but don't influence their observations. Let them describe the event in their own words. Different perspectives can add layers of credibility and insight to the encounter. Plus, it's reassuring to know you're not the only one witnessing something extraordinary. Once the dust settles and the object is gone, consider reporting what you've seen. There are organizations dedicated to collecting and analyzing UFO sightings, like the Mutual UFO Network. Reporting helps contribute to a larger pool of data, possibly linking your experience to others across the globe. Your sighting could become a valuable piece in the puzzle of understanding these phenomena. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Not every strange sighting is a UFO in the extraterrestrial sense. Satellites, drones, and even rare weather phenomena can explain many occurrences. Staying curious is important, but so is keeping a level head. What matters most is that you approach the situation with an open mind and a sharp eye. After all, whether it's from this world or another, witnessing the unexplained is an unforgettable experience. And you might just play a role in unraveling one of humanity's greatest mysteries. So how much do we truly know about UFOs? What's fact, what's speculation, and what lies in the space between? What we know about UFOs so far. UFOs have been a part of our cultural imagination for decades, popping up in movies, books, and conspiracy theories. But when we strip away the Hollywood dramatics, what do we really know about them? The answer is both fascinating and frustrating. Not nearly as much as we'd like. For every tantalizing clue, there's an equally maddening gap in understanding. Yet 2024 has brought us closer than ever to untangling this enigma. The term UFO, unidentified flying object, is deceptively simple. It doesn't necessarily mean aliens. It just means we don't know what we're looking at. And while many sightings turn out to be mundane explanations like weather balloons or misidentified aircraft, there are always those that resist classification. These are the sightings that keep scientists, governments, and amateur enthusiasts endlessly intrigued. For years, UFOs were largely dismissed as fringe topics. Talking about them could earn you a one-way ticket to ridicule. But recent developments have forced a shift in how seriously they're taken. High-profile incidents involving military pilots and radar-confirmed anomalies have dragged UFOs from the realm of tabloid fodder into mainstream science and policy. Reports from credible witnesses, including trained aviators, describe objects performing maneuvers that defy known physics, accelerating instantly, hovering without visible propulsion, and even vanishing from radar screens. Governments have begun to take notice, too. The Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office has been tasked with investigating UFO reports, and while their findings remain largely classified, even the acknowledgement that some sightings lack explanation is a game-changer. This transparency has emboldened more people to come forward with their own experiences, creating a global conversation that's more open than ever before. One of the most intriguing aspects of UFOs is their apparent technological superiority. Many accounts describe crafts with advanced propulsion systems, materials that seem indestructible, and the ability to operate both in the air and underwater. These characteristics raise an unsettling question. If these objects are man-made, who has the technology to build them? And if they're not, what does that mean for humanity's place in the universe? Theories about UFO origins are as varied as the sightings themselves. Some believe these objects are evidence of extraterrestrial life, visiting Earth to observe, study, or even communicate with us. Others think they might be advanced military projects, either ours or from rival nations. And then there are those who suggest a third possibility, that UFOs represent phenomena we don't yet understand, natural, interdimensional, or something entirely outside our current framework of knowledge. Studying UFOs isn't easy. The field is plagued by unreliable data, from blurry photos to exaggerated eyewitness accounts. Equipment designed to track conventional aircraft often falls short when it comes to detecting high-speed, low-signature objects. Add to that the layers of government secrecy and the stigma surrounding the topic, and it's no wonder progress has been slow. But progress is happening. New efforts aim to standardize how sightings are reported, making it easier to collect reliable data. Advanced technologies like artificial intelligence are being used to sift through years of reports, identifying patterns that might have gone unnoticed. And public pressure is pushing governments to declassify more information, though the pace of disclosure remains frustratingly slow. What's perhaps most exciting and unnerving is the sheer variety of UFOs being reported. Some appear as glowing orbs, others as metallic discs or triangular crafts. Their behavior varies too, with some zipping across the sky at breakneck speeds and others hovering silently for hours. This diversity challenges any single explanation and keeps the mystery alive. As we gather more evidence, one thing is becoming clear. UFOs, whatever they are, represent a challenge to our understanding of science, technology, and even reality itself. They force us to confront possibilities we'd rather avoid, possibilities that are equal parts thrilling and terrifying. Are we truly alone in the universe? As 2024 draws to a close, the world finds itself more curious than ever about what's out there. The skies seem fuller, not just with stars and satellites, but with questions waiting to be answered. And as those questions grow louder, one thing becomes increasingly hard to deny. The truth is out there, and it's closer than we think. And there you have it, the strange, mysterious, and utterly fascinating world of UFOs in 2024. From creepy sightings to unexplainable phenomena under the water, the universe seems to be shouting for our attention. Are we on the verge of a groundbreaking discovery, or is the mystery just beginning? Let us know your theories in the comments below. We're dying to hear what you think. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more. Who knows what we'll uncover next? Stay curious and keep looking up.